beating you a few times in a row, the tournament's coming up, you guys needed to kind of make a statement a little bit, you think?
Well, you know, I've said this for a while now. You know, in the last 3 years, I think you could look at them, at Franklin Pierce, and say, you know, you're probably going to have to go through them to win anything in this league. You know, they've been very good now for 3 years in a row, and you know, I think we've lost our last three. I'm not sure, but in very close games. You know, so I think it's just important that, you know, I'm sure they respect us too, but at some point you have to come out on top. So, you know, I thought it was important for us to establish that today, and like we got caught in another game that could have gone either way, and unfortunately, you know, we were lucky enough to win it. So, yeah, it's a big game for a lot of reasons, but you know, I think that's a valid point.
And you guys, obviously, you just were on fire in the first half. You just had a great first half. Got the big lead.
Yeah.
That's the good part of it, probably.
Yeah, I thought in the second half we didn't play very well on offense. We missed. It wasn't three-point shots we were missing. It was all our shots around the rim. And they're very good, so they weren't going to go away. And we got caught in a 8-minute possession game, which, you know, to our credit, you know, they caught up, and then basically we looked at them in the eye and won an 8-minute game. So
that's what I was going to say. They got it down to 2, and they had the momentum, it seemed, and you guys held on from there and pulled away a little bit.
Yeah, and our team, this group for 2 years has done that. You know, it's like we've, you know, they've done a good job in crunch time basketball. They've got a bunch of guys out there that aren't afraid of the moment, and they make plays. And, you know, it was just good to see that they maintained their poise. We maintained our composure and kept them at bay, because the momentum had certainly shifted in their favor. And so it's a really big win for us.
And you mentioned Mallios was 1-1 and stuff. I mean, I think it's a career night by far, points-wise.
Is that true?
I believe, if I read it right.
Well, yeah, that would probably be. Yeah, we're not planning on 24 every night out of Dino, but in a game like this, you know, in a game like this, that's sort of what you need. Somebody's got to do something above their normal. And Dino had 24, and I think Mike McCahey had 20 rebounds. So
right, exactly.
He was a absolute force on the backboard, and that's not necessarily a normal performance.
20 and 20, those
20
are
and
bad
20,
numbers.
yeah. So
take those.
I think to beat them with the group they have right now, and with Ellis Cooper in that lineup, you know, you have to have mature, tough basketball players, and I think we have that.
Looks like it's going to be fun, as usual, down the stretch.
It's February, you know, it's that time of year, and we've just come off an incredibly difficult week, you know, and, you know, the end is in sight. You know, I think we've got 10 days, 3 games before the tournament, and we just have to stay the course and keep our focus and keep doing the things that we're doing, because I like the way we're playing now.
This gives you an edge in the standings, too, obviously, to get one up on them. And, you know, with the 3 left now, just got to kind of hold on to that.
There's a long way to go. I think more than anything, maybe we control our destiny. You know, if we win out, then we would win the regular season title. But there's a lot of basketball to be played in this league before anything is determined. Trust me, I've been around long enough to know that.
Great game out there, obviously, for your career night, and you helped loosen them up early on and stuff with those 3-pointers.
Yeah, I mean, we know their game plan. We play them so much, so you know, they always go into my ball screens, and you know, sometimes I just get sick and tired of it. So, but no, I mean, I've been getting in the gym past couple months with John Nielsen, so he's been really helping me out with my shot. And you know, just like I said, we knew they were going to go my ball screens, and I just started to just shoot the ball with confidence.
So they don't give you much. Some teams don't give you much respect for
exactly.
shooting and stuff. So you kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, just me. It's like any one of us. I mean, someone makes 2 or 3 in a row, it just makes the game a lot easier for everyone. So me just making a couple of those shots, it opened up the game for our whole team, and we got great play out of everyone, I'd say.
And what about overall team too? Where you played them the last 3 times, you had a lead on them in December, or when you played them early this year. Last year they beat you twice in tournaments and stuff. So you kind of. Kind of a statement. I mean, you just need to show them he's still around.
Right, exactly. I mean, Pierce is a great team, but you know, we get a little sick and tired of it. You know, I mean, we know we're going to get out of them. It's always going to be a battle, and we've had this day circled on our calendar for a while.
And then you had the great start. You get up by 18. They get down to 2, but you hung tough there too.
Yeah, just an overall great performance out of everyone. I mean, they cut the lead down to 2. We kind of slowed the tempo down a little bit, and pretty much just waited for them to make mistakes on offense. I mean, on defense. You saw we got a lot of slip ball screens by Mike and Chris, and I mean that's what we get out of this team. Everyone's smart, everyone screens for each other, and knows when to cut to the basket.
McCahey, 20 rebounds, I guess. So that's a huge number. 20 and 20, those aren't bad numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if we can get that from the rest of the season, I mean, I think everyone will be happy.
So it looks, I mean, obviously you got a little bit of an edge in the league and stuff. It's going to be fun finish.
Yeah, we got 3 more games for the regular season. But, you know, we're going to take it one game at a time, and we're just going to start focusing on Merrimack tomorrow.
And when they did cut it to 2, I presume there was no panic and stuff like that?
No, not at all. We have an experienced group. Everyone knows to just relax, stay poised out there. I mean, we got me, Roy, Nelson, Mike, and Chris. I mean, you can say that we're kind of a young team, but I think we're a very experienced group.
All right, here with sophomore Mike McCahey. Monster performance, 20 points, 20 boards. I guess let's start there. Kind of just talk about your night. Obviously, we just said, you know, a little slow start, but more than made up for that.
Yeah, well, we all knew it was a big game coming into it. We were going to have to put with a lot of energy, and really, the rebounding was going to be a big part of this game, and definitely made it a lot easier on me getting rebounds. That we were playing really well defensively, so we were forcing them to miss. Everyone was boxing out, so rebounds were just clear for me to get.
Kind of talk about the first half a little bit. I think they finished shooting 40% for a while. You were holding them under 30. I mean, you know, just talk about the defensive job you guys did in the first half.
Yeah, well, they beat us 3 straight times. Last 3 times we played them, and they scored a lot on us last 2 times. So we knew if we wanted to beat them, we were going to have to lock up. If we didn't play well defensively, this was going to be a long game for us. So I'm happy with how we played defensively. I thought we played well. We worked as a team, and we rebounded the ball well.
And then down the stretch, obviously, they cut it to 2. I mean, Dino just said no panic from you guys, which, you know, he said we might be a young team, but obviously a veteran group. I mean, you know, again, kind of hold that team off and, you know, win, as Coach said, an 8-minute game.
Yeah, we knew we just had to control ourselves, calm ourselves down, and the game was just going to come down to controlling the ball. And when we have a point guard like Dino, I wasn't really worried about it. I knew he was going to get the ball, get us all in control, and it all worked out.
And then lastly, just talk about your mindset, you know, down the stretch here, 3 regular season games left. You control your own destiny. You know, just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, we've definitely put ourselves in a good position at this point. Just all on us. We just got to close out these last 3 games. At this point in the season, we shouldn't have fall downs. We should be at our top of our game. So we just got to win these last 3 games. We've put ourselves in a good spot, though.